What's happening? Welcome to the show. As you see, our special guest is not Walsh, as 12 Bravo says. Walsh is just special. We're happy to have Tactical Jawa on, who's also named Joe. So we're going to be I'm going to try to refer to him as Jawa tonight, not Joe.
We'll mess it up.
It's going to be.
There can only be one. There can only be one, and I own a katana, so good luck.
Josh is me. I'm the special guest. Nope.
Everyone is special. Everyone that is here right now is special.
Yep. Purple Book Club.
Yeah.
Walsh is still AWOL. Yes, he is.
Lost.
Caleb's in the house. It's good to see you, dude.
What's up?
I had no joke before we started. I wasn't telling the guys, but I was thinking to myself, I wonder if I'm going to see Caleb tonight. And I did. Pepper Book Club. Jawa.
What's up?
So we had talked about, Walsh and Jawa, our favorite libertarian, all went to this defense mechanisms. It was a CQB course. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So we're going to take some time during the Q&A and just kind of pepper Jawa for some questions about CQB and how fun it was.
Yeah.
That it was. That and hard and fun. That's what she said.
076. My kids Hudson and Kendall say hello. Hello, Hudson and Kendall.
Hello.
Hi, Hudson.
So that
Hi,
means
Kendall.
you guys need to keep it PG tonight.
Yeah.
Right? That's every night.
We try.
We try.
Until we
We
get to the
try.
regular section.
Yeah,
Well, it's bedtime by the time we get to 2A news, so
that's true.
See, Bravo got it. See, look, I'm short
sorry.
bus with a helmet special.
mm-hmm. Yep, and a mouth guard. No licking.
Zach,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Walsh, off in the land of his key and sandwiches. Must be missing. I don't know what I did something. So there's like a big thing blocking my screen. I don't know how to get rid of it. So we're just gonna have to make do.
Oh boy.
No, when you're YouTube rich like Walsh is, you take long vacations.
Yeah,
Right?
YouTube rich. That is rich.
That is right.
When he hears that, he's gonna be pissed.
Tactical Jawa is here live with us and was able to throw in some wizard comments before the live started.
Mhm.
That brings up a good question, Jawa. Can you explain your username? Like, what's the significance?
There really isn't any. Besides, I like Star Wars, and I saw a meme one day that was like, "Oh, this is a tactical Jawa, and this is this dude in a cloak and like a knife." So I was like, "I'm gonna roll with it." So I kind of ran with it.
Hey, speaking of which, have you seen all the hate that the new show's getting?
Not
Yeah,
good, man.
and I can't get myself to even try it.
Yeah, is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Is it already out or what?
I think the
Yeah,
first
it's
3
I think so,
episodes are
yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm even going to watch it. And I've watched everything up until this point. I even watched the cartoons.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good.
Those are good.
Hey, they're actually good. And you don't understand, what's it called? Ahsoka Tano unless you watch them. So,
Right.
Yep.
and she, like, after the cartoon, she became my favorite character in all of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, she was nuts.
I watched the first 2 episodes, but it's obviously that they have an agenda on that new show. So
The dude's got
there
it.
you go. Yeah,
Says Star Wars: Revenge of the Lesbians.
like I don't remember that ever being a thing.
The
that
thing
people were
is I
concerned
don't
with.
even care, dude. I don't even
Right.
care. Like, I don't
Right.
care. I've never. Okay, here's case in point. Because I saw an interview and they're like, "Do you really think C-3PO is straight? Like, isn't gay or whatever they were saying?" And honestly, I've never thought about it and never cared. Like, he's a robot. What are you
Right.
talking about? He's
Josh
whatever they programmed him to be. Who cares?
Joshua says, "Dude, you downloaded the wrong version of the movie." What happened to me?
Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't be a thing. It's like now on Disney they're gonna be like, "Oh, Bambi was bisexual." Like, Bambi was a baby.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about that?
So anyway, I won't get on a kick. I was just wondering if anybody's seen it or anybody can watch it, and it sounds like nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's kind
I'm
of interesting.
watching it, but
One of my favorite Disney movies, like
Oh,
older cartoons.
somebody
is
did. It's what?
Aristocats.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
I love
I barely
Aristocats.
remember that.
It's a
And
good
there's
movie.
a warning now. Maurice says, I'm a Star Wars fan and I have watched The Acolyte. What'd you think, Maurice? So when you watch Aristocats, there's a warning now when you watch it on Disney that there's like footage that could be offensive to some people because there's the Asian cat that plays the piano with chopsticks and like very stereotypical
Siamese
Asian.
twins.
Yes,
Yeah,
very stereotypical like Asian voice. And
yeah.
because of that, they have this warning now. Like some people may
But
find it offensive.
We are
but but
Siamese, if
they've
you please.
combined Disney and Hulu, so like you have Moana right next to like Jigsaw or whatever what are those
Yeah.
movies? Saw.
Yeah. So,
You like, but
Yep.
you got to put a warning out for cats using. So I mean, cats using chopsticks. So got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to get on that tangent. I was just curious.
My
12
girls
Bravo
are
says,
obsessed with that.
when is the Rob interview dropping? So I'm interviewing Rob from Ace Tac tomorrow, and I don't think his interview is going to drop till July. I think it's going to be July 2nd. It's going to go live.
Dang.
Josh, are those steel plates behind you? Nope. These are like ceramic level 3A plates.
That sound like steel.
Yeah.
Those sounded super light.
Yeah, it's like very light. They
Dude,
look
no
like
way. That absorbs the round. No way.
It's only for pistol rounds.
Have you shot one yet?
Yeah, I did a video on these.
I don't remember it. Did it break the plate? Did it absorb the round?
It absorbed. Yeah, dude, it caught everything, even the 5.7. It's a ceramic plate just shrunk down. You know, it's a not a ceramic, but like an epoxy type plate just shrunk down. It's only for pistol calibers.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Zach
I'm
says,
actually good.
sorry. He says Disney's worst fear has come true. Star Wars fans aren't mad. We've reached apathy status.
Yeah. I was on the side where when everybody was all mad that when Disney bought them, I'm like, dude, they've done a really good job with some of the Marvel stuff. Let them try. And now I'm like, yeah, you guys were right. I'm an idiot.
So I was excited because this is supposed to be like High Republic stuff,
Yeah,
right? So that's what I was excited about. And then now people are talking about doing a live action of KOTOR. But if it's going to be like this, then I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
Maurice says it's okay. It could be better, but not bad. Just avoid the PC nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go into it knowing
And
that's what it is, then
some
whatever.
people I feel on both sides of the spectrum, right? They're doing too much, but some people look into stuff too much too, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Also true.
yeah, that's true.
I've watched some stuff that people are all like up in arms about, and I watch it and I'm like, I don't care. Like, dude, remember all the hate that The Last of Us 2 got when it came out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it got so much hate, and that is the biggest, like, mind-bending game that I've ever played in my life.
It's a good one.
That's good, man.
That game.
Yeah, but I
was
feel
nuts.
like, I mean, when they were talking about like Ellie and her relationship, same thing I think about now. Like, why is that relevant to the storyline?
Right. Yeah, I don't care. It didn't.
That's why.
It did, dude. That wasn't even the part that I was mad about in the game. 'Cause I played it with my daughter. The part that I was mad about was the other character in the scene that you had to sit there and watch through.
Yeah.
Like that was ridiculous for a video game. I was like, holy cow! Like looking at my daughter like this. I even said it out loud. I'm like, well, this is awkward. And what do? You can't skip. I think you could skip the cutscene, but there's a lot of information in that you need.
Yeah.
You can't fast forward it. This ain't no DVD.
1911 Drew's in the house. Greetings and hallucinations, all.
Hallucinations.
Salutations.
Maybe, but that doesn't start with an H.
076. I grew up on Star Wars. I was a kid in the 80s. I refused to watch the Trasholite. Um,
Oh,
Michael Farley, when will the Ace Tech skeleton placard be back in stock? Ask them. Why are you asking me? I don't work for them.
That's Walsh's
you
department.
do now.
That's Walsh.
You got
He
contacts.
said, how much backside deformation though? There was a lot. I forgot which caliber it was before it got to the point, but I think Croak had told me like the way that they quote unquote officially test it is they put it in front of a block of clay. I think.
Mm,
I
yeah.
didn't do
And
that.
then you measure. I think,
Yeah.
then you measure,
No,
and it's a
science like that.
certain special kind of clay too.
Yeah. Yep.
You know. Yeah, and then
Well,
you
bravo.
measure the divot in the clay.
Yeah, I read an article yesterday. It says they are using the new Star Wars show to change canon of the setting to suit Kennedy's views.
Yeah, and that's what's going to get her fired. So whatever.
Well, we hope.
1911 Drew says, "Who's the new guy?" That's Tactical Jawa, one of our viewers. We've Joe and I have met him in person, and Walsh has met him in person.
Yep.
If Cody went to SHOT Show with us next year, he will meet Joe in person.
Yeah.
Yep.
There can only be one.
Oh, Michael Farley says, "I'm giving you a question to ask in the interview." Okay,
there you go.
I'll ask him tomorrow. Yeah.
What-
Rob is the guy that we met. Actually, the knife that you're playing with, Rob from Ace Tech gave you that knife.
Nice. Thanks,
So
Rob.
I'm interviewing him tomorrow.
We'll tell him thank you.
Another YouTuber. Wizards wear steel plates in Kevlar envelopes. Only if you're surrounded by
That
people you
counts.
hate.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And have a neck guard and a
Yeah, there
groin
was
guard.
I think Tacticon did a video. Their steel plates, whatever new coating that they have on it, I forgot how many times they shot the steel plate with a 5.56, like 20 times, or maybe they did a whole magazine and it caught everything.
Hmm.
So whatever coating Tacticon is using right now, it seems to be pretty good.
I don't like the risk.
Yeah, I know. Joe playing with the OTF again. Yes, he is.
Yup.
All right. So the previous videos this week, we typically talk about at this point. We had I already forgot what Walsh's video was.
Dude, I watched it. I'm all interested in it. Yeah, the Jakl.
Yeah. I was surprised with, I know a little bit kind of behind the scenes secret sauce thing was before he ever shot it, he's like, dude, this thing is so heavy. It's so cumbersome. Like, I don't think I'm going to like it at all. And then he shot it and he was like, dude, this is like 0.6 MOA with off the shelf ammo. But what'd you guys think of the video and the Jakl as a whole?
So I think the Jakl in 5.56 is filling a niche that doesn't exist. I agree with that. The Jakl in 7.62 by 51, yeah, that's a niche that I want.
Okay.
A niche that you itch?
Yeah, that I want to itch. Yes. Like, for a SAS, it makes sense. A niche I'm going to itch. For a SAS, it makes sense. But I'm not a big fan of a 5.56 SAS. Now, if you're going after varmint and stuff like that, dude, I would love to have that gun. Honestly. Like, if I was building a coyote gun, yeah, I would go after that.
I haven't had a chance to shoot one. Have any of you had a chance to shoot a Jakl or a piston upper?
Mm-mm.
I mean, AKs and stuff, but no, not that.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't have a lot of experience with piston-driven anything. So, but my initial thought would be that would be more maintenance.
They're heavy.
More things to break and more things to go wrong.
maybe in some way, Cody, but another way, it keeps all of the soot, it keeps all the carbon and all the hot gas out of your
True.
bolt carrier group.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, yes, there is a trade-off there.
You're having like the way the bolt carrier group cycles, if I remember correctly, is you still have the gas kind of go through the gas block, but then it pushes a piston, and that rod is what. So you have metal on metal contact instead of gas on a gas key, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, depending on how it's hinged or connected, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It can be, but I mean, you gotta look at what gun that employed on, right? The AK.
Yep.
Which, yeah, the AK has such loose tolerances, that's why it can shoot from anything. But, dude, the AK kind of proves that the piston system can be reliable.
Yeah, that's a big piston though when you compare it to if you look at the piston or you look at the size of the gas key, the gas key, like that's about the size of the piston that's coming back and engaging with that. So you're talking not even as thick as like a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the piston on an AK is a pencil and a half thick.
That and it attaches right to the bolt carrier too. So I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
it's a whole different system too. I think it's
Right.
softer shooting too than a regular like piston AR because with the way it works, it slaps into the bolt carrier group, right? I mean, that's going to be more violent than a DI gun.
Yeah.
In general, they're heavier guns in general. I mean, I've noticed that with the Spear LT. That thing's a heavy gun after a while carrying it.
Yeah, the SIG piston gun were heavy as all get up.
Well, that was what
Imagine the
Walsh was saying about
Jackal.
this Jawa or this Jakl. Golly, Jawa. Yeah, the Jakl that's what one of the things he was saying was that it was heavy.
Then imagine that in 308. It's going to be even more heavy.
Oh, I know. But I mean, when you're looking for a SAS, I don't know. I would be interested in it. I'll be honest with you. I have a 6.5 up there on the shelf, and I wish that was a Jakl over what I have. I'm not saying that one's better than the other. I don't know, but I would if you without knowing, without shooting them, without seeing like how many rounds did it go through until it failed. If you were telling me just to pick one, I'd pick the Jakl over an AR-10.
076 says my Spear LT is a piston gun and I love it. Another YouTuber says just more replacement parts to manage. I'm curious, for those that have a piston up or have messed with them, is the bolt carrier group that much different than a direct impingement BCG? Like, could you take your bolt out and put it in a or put it into a piston BCG?
No, not even close. Like that Mike Foxtrot Mike upper. The thing like this long.
Okay.
No, it's completely different. That's why they have folding stock on it, and you can shoot it with a folding stock because you don't have that bolt carrier group.
Because pretty much imagine the whole buffer system above the bolt carrier group instead of out the back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So very similar to the AK, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Except you don't have the long rod attached to the actual bolt. Mm-hmm.
So consider that in a STF situation, like where are you going to find parts?
Yeah, that's true.
Where are you more likely to find AR parts or pistons?
Yeah, no. So that would not be my go-to war gun. That would not be my bug out gun. Nothing like that. Like I said, like what I can see that as a really good varmint gun, dude. Like I would want one for a varmint gun. Especially I lived on some land. I was shooting hogs. Like, could you imagine that, a hog gun? Yeah, dude. Like you're baiting them in. Like you don't care how heavy it is. You're baiting them in, or you're doing whatever. You're just setting up. Yeah, that driving around in back of pickup trucks. Like, you don't care.
1911 Drew says just a piston upper, Jason. Yeah, you can buy just the PSA Jakl upper.
It'll
fit on any standard AR lower, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, according to Walsh's video, the lower 100%. standard AR-15 lower.
I didn't watch Walsh's video.
Oh, I did. It was actually good.
Blasphemy.
Dude, I liked the part where he was showing the dang red dot, and that I wasn't surprised that the firearm got the accuracy that it did. I was surprised he got the accuracy that he did, shooting with a red dot as a focal point that was like 2 MOA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 2
Dude,
MOA
it's a 2 MOA dot. So it showed exactly what we always talk about and what people always talk about, right? So he put a target out that had a red bullseye at 100 yards, and it was 2-inch squares. And he had a 2 MOA dot. So when he went to aim in, that dot was covering the entire bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it went crazy. It was nuts. So I'm surprised he got the accuracy that he did with a red dot, a 2 MOA red dot.
The dude says piston systems have reliability issues at higher round counts. You'll find places that rent guns won't carry that many. I'm trying to think. Iraq veteran 8888 does a bunch of meltdown videos, and I thought the one. I mean, this was a long time since I watched one of his videos, but the gun that he had that had the highest round count before it quote unquote failed was a piston. I think it was a POF piston gun that went like 2,300 rounds full auto before it started having issues.
They're way less heat. I would have, if I had money, I would have bet on the piston gun.
Okay.
Because there's way less heat going around the bolt carrying group.
The handguard gets warm though.
Oh yeah, the handguard will, but for functionality and operation, I'd rather have the handguard hot than the bolt. And I like what Croak was saying. I know you'll get to it, but it's part of the topic. It's really easy to make those into bullpups if you're a fan of bullpups.
Yeah, he's got a picture on his. I'm gonna pull it up right now on Discord that he shared.
Yeah, because there's nothing behind it. So,
and Joe's not a bullpup fan. I am a bullpup fan. I like that. I think it looks good.
Yeah,
I do like that.
That's the FM, the Foxtrot mic upper.
Oh, with a bullpup lower.
Yeah.
Although I took one of them apart and I cursed it the entire time. I'm like, I'm so glad I never bought one of these.
Croak says BCG is proprietary on the Foxtrot, but the bolt, firing pin, gas tube, all that is standard AR. Okay. Interesting. Another YouTuber, best bug out gun is a blunderbuss. I think Joe was talking about that last week.
Yeah.
You can make bullpups out of the Jakl and the Foxtrot mic and the BRN 180.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I still want that Desert Tech one.
Croak, not if you're a lefty.
You can if you get that Desert Tech one.
Does it eject out of the left side?
You can switch it to. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I was thinking of that IWI, the Carmel that Walsh did a review on, because you could like pull the charging handle back halfway and like push it over to the other side so you can make it left-handed or right-handed charge, but I don't remember if you could eject out of both sides.
Most of them you can't.
So the way that Desert Tech one is, it's got little ports, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can swap them, but basically it has it to where it'll eject it forward, and then you just take the one on the left side and the one on the right side, and you swap them, and it'll shoot out the left side. I think you might have to get a different bolt, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but it's not bad.
Another YouTuber says Desert Tech shoots nice, even suppressed. I like that Walsh isn't here and another YouTuber is commenting more. So
he's like that annoying guy's not here.
It's secretly Wolf.
But you know who I miss is Dan. Dan's usually here doing his target practice on Walsh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's not getting it reps in, dude.
No. It's been like a month. Michael Farley, I've said it many times, it's 2024 and everything should be fully ambidextrous by now.
I think
we were talking about that. Remember last week I was talking about how my wife opens cereal boxes the wrong way?
Yeah.
Huh?
So Oh yeah, you were here, Cody. So
No.
okay, all right, this is good because you're a lefty.
So,
Okay, so I want you to imagine how you open a brand new box of cereal.
Right.
Okay, so picture in your mind you open up the box and you gotta open up a pour spout, right? Are you opening up the pour spout on the left or the right hand side of the box?
you explain that. You asked that question so stupid.
I know it
Hey,
is so
you're
Pour
dumb.
pouring
spout.
you're pouring cereal into a bowl. Which hand do you have on the box and which hand do you have on the bowl, bro?
My left
You're left on what?
on the box.
That's why
Yeah,
my
and you're
way of
right on the
asking
bowl.
was smarter.
But it doesn't matter. So, are you saying when you open the bag?
So okay, I'll tell you my frustration I was having. So
No,
when
his wife pours cereal like you, but she's right-handed.
yeah,
She
she
has
pours
she has her
pours
hand
lefty.
on she has her left hand on the box, right hand on the bowl, pouring like this. Does she pour the milk the same way?
I don't know, but so I'll open a
How
box
do
of
you not know
cereal.
that? You haven't been married for like 20 years.
Almost 20 years, yeah.
I've never seen my wife eat cereal.
I'll open a box of cereal that's already been opened, right? And I'll open it up to go pour it, and I go to pour it with my right hand. And it's like I got to turn the whole box all the way around because I can't pour with my left hand. So I have to like turn the whole box around. So she sends me this text message today. She sends a picture. She sends a picture of like frosted mini wheats,
Uh-huh.
and she says, "I opened this box and I thought, oh, I should check to see what Jason's talking about. Did I open like a left hand or right handed person? I opened it like a person that didn't even look at the box."
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't care if the front of the box are facing her when she
Yeah,
opened it.
she was like,
That's
"You
just
have a
that
good
part's
day."
you being weird.
Oh, I know. It's totally me being weird.
But what percentage of the country are left-handed?
I bet you it's less than 20%.
Yeah, I think in 10. So I don't agree with that. I don't
Hey,
think
Google.
everything
Hey,
should
Crow.
be ambi. For 10% of the population, nah. You got enough. You
Estimates
got enough gun to play with, Cody. You don't need any more.
studies suggest that
No,
approximately
I need
10%
one
of the
more.
people are left-handed.
Do you know how I
Got it.
knew I'm 10? Because I watched WLS's video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Zach Fett. Isn't there a bullpup that ejects from the bottom? Does a Springfield
Yeah.
Hellion do that?
I don't
I
think
don't know
so.
if it
No.
does or not.
Which one was that?
We can't say their name anymore. The company that shall not be mentioned.
Sure.
I need to
There
come up
was
with a
one
cool, catchy name for them.
in the Keltec bull pup, like shoots down this little like a tube like out the front. I
Oh,
think.
really? Okay.
That's weird.
I'm not
Another YouTuber says, "You want to talk nods?" No, no, we don't.
Hey, I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, so
start calling them. I'm gonna start calling them Hatefield unless somebody comes up with a better name in the comments.
oh, I'm sure the comments are going to come up with a better name.
Good. I mean, spit and raisin with my
Upfield.
creation.
Croak says it's 2024, but you're still less than 10% of the population.
This is why
Josh,
Croak and I get along, even though he still hasn't accepted my friend requests for PlayStation friends.
yeah, Josh, is she a cereal then milk or milk then cereal?
Dude,
And
what psychopath does milk and then cereal?
no,
Stop.
Yeah,
Like,
another
if you
YouTuber
put
says
milk in first, you
always,
get way less cereal.
yeah,
dude,
always
if you
cereal.
put
Period.
if
Makes the
you put milk in
better.
the bowl first, like we need to do the disappearing pencil trick, like the Joker. Ta-da!
Oh, Sturgis is in the house. What's up, Sturgis? Welcome.
What
What's
kind
up?
of psychopath? How would you even ask that? That's
Yeah,
like do you get in the vehicle first or do you put your seatbelt on first? There's only one right answer to this.
I don't know. Maybe Josh is a milk then cereal kind of guy. The dude says, but if you fold the towels wrong, it's WW3. That's another. Java's going to get used to this as the long and Shadowman. Shadowman's probably still on his. Uh, dude, like I would get in arguments with my wife when we first got married because I would fold towels the wrong way, right? And she
There
had
is a
this
right
thing
and
like
wrong way.
apparently she would fold them in a certain way that when you unfolded them, they would like go over the towel rack perfectly. I don't know, some other way. But as we've moved houses, like you get different towel racks, and so I would fold towels, and I would fold them the way that she yelled at me about 19 years ago. And then she's like, no, we don't fold them that way anymore. We fold them this way, because when you unfold them, like, they have to go on a towel rack this way. So now we just have a rule. Whoever's folding the towels is folding them right.
It's right. Yeah.
Whoever did it's doing it right. Perfect.
Yeah. My
wife,
mother-in-law was getting after me because when I do the dishes, I leave the hot water running the whole time. Like, I waste so much water doing the dishes.
I mean,
but I'm
that
doing
is
this.
dumb, but okay.
Yeah, I know. So I'm doing the dishes, right? Like, my wife's and my mother-in-law was like, "You're wasting a lot of water." And I call her mom. I go, "Mom, there's a rule in this house. Whoever's doing the dishes is doing them right. You want to get up and you want to do the dishes? I didn't think so. So let me do the dishes my way."
Dude, my wife ended up like 10 years ago putting all the towels in a basket.
Mm-hmm.
So now you fold them in half long ways and roll them.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm like, okay.
Welcome
yeah,
to
that's easy.
Thin Line Defense Co. Live chat. We're
Folding
talking about
towels.
how to fold towels proper way.
Folding towels.
Hey, as long as y'all put
before
toilet paper on the roll right, we'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Most
out,
of that stuff can
facing
be fresh.
out. If it's facing toward the wall, again, disappearing pencil.
I'm missing. Croak says, or that Illinois company I shall not name imports a bullpup with a stupid name that can eject on either side.
Oh, really?
He's talking about Hayfield.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, dude, catchy. It is catchy. It's already kind of catching on, dude. I'm just saying, and I don't see anything in the comments yet. Just saying.
Croak says Caltech has a front eject and a bottom eject bullpup.
That's right. I remember that now. Okay. Yep.
I like that. Michael Farley, well, then it shouldn't cost a premium to make stuff left-handed. The fact that ambidextrous parts are more expensive than their right-only counterparts is BS.
Listen,
I
I'm
don't disagree with
left-handed.
you.
I have never found anything made for left-handed people that is better than stuff made for right-handed people. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Croak
Like
Croak
notebooks,
I
trash.
don't-
Scissors,
I don't own
trash.
a PlayStation, Joe.
You should.
Joe's like, who did I send a friend request to?
I did. It popped in my mind for a second. It did. But it was Croak. I'm like 90% sure. Dude, now I'm questioning it. Thanks a lot, Croak. It was Croak, dude.
He says he doesn't own a PlayStation.
He's full of it, dude.
Maybe it was I don't know. Another YouTuber, fold in thirds, hot dog style, then roll.
That sounds dumb.
I could see that. I could get on board with that, I
I was
guess.
just disagreeing with it to disagree with it. I'm just giving them ammunition. So you can go to the spouse and be like, babe, Joe said your way of pulling towels is dumb. See, I told you.
Croak says the dishwasher loading obsession women have is unreal.
We've been in this house for 12 years, and we've turned the dishwasher on like 3 times, and it's been the daughter that did it all 3 times.
Bro,
That's all we use.
You're lucky. Sometimes mine runs twice a day.
Oh no, we hand wash all of our dishes, dude.
Because there's
Well,
two of you.
Two of you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even when
And
we
Joe
had the girl
uses the same plate and fork every meal.
I bet.
Bingo,
Hey.
Do
dude.
you see
Bingo.
that video?
I will say that after we've gotten older, we've invested or wasted a lot of money in paper plates.
There's a video of this guy. He's like, he's eating dinner with his wife, and I guess, like, you have to clean up your own dishes. So he's like finishing food, and then his spoon and his bowl are both wrapped in plastic wrap. So he finishes his meal, like drinks all the soup, and then takes the plastic wrap off the bowl, takes the plastic wrap off the spoon, puts it aside, like he's ready for a fresh meal.
That dude's my
You would have
spirit
to wrap
animal.
it. You would have to wrap it again. So you're in the same predicament.
Yeah, I mean, you would
at
wrap
least
it
2
again.
meals before you have to wash it.
Yeah. You don't have to wash it.
In my house, it looks like Rachel Ray just had a cooking show in my kitchen every night. I don't understand.
Just wait
Like-
till the girls get older, then you can have them do the chores.
Yeah. My daughter, dude, you walk into the kitchen with my daughter, in there, and it's chaos.
But I won't say
Chaos.
nothing to my wife because she cooks dinner, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
she'll just say,
Yeah.
"Why don't you cook and I'll do the dishes?" So that's not a good situation.
Mm-mm.
Another YouTuber, ambi parts aren't worth having anyways.
I agree. Just learn how to be wrong-handed or right-handed, I guess.
Oh, look
It's
at this.
wrong-handed to me. But
Sturgis.
In the wrong frame of mind.
Sturgis
Yeah.
and his wife are both
what?
ex-drill sergeants. He said they still roll their towels.
Hey, do y'all knife
Good for
hand
you.
each other?
Oh, dude, you know they do. When they get in an argument, dude, it's like a scene from Ghost of Tsushima up in that house, dude.
Yeah. She's like, "Did you leave the toilet seat down?"
Listen here.
Uh, 12 Bravo. I only Ranger roll when I pack a bag.
Yep. I still do that, dude. I still pack.
Ranger roll, yeah.
It keeps the wrinkles
Ooh.
out. I mean, it's
That's not Ranger rolling though. Ranger rolling went to hat.
well, yeah.
It's not Ranger rolling.
But we know what he means.
Yeah. But Jason repeated it like he was right, and I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Maurice says, I ask you a question about Walther firearms and the pistol P99 or PPQ in 45 ACP. Could you guys make a video about those firearms? Thank you. You guys rock. Wizard.
Gross.
I threw a wizard in there for Joe.
Thanks.
I don't own any Walthers anymore. I used to have a Walther Creed, which is like their cheap entry level gun, and by price cheap, it was. I really liked it. I've sold it. I wish I didn't, but I liked it. So if I had a Walther, I'd do a video about it.
I bet you should get pissed with someone that's on her grass. That's supposed to say grass.
He corrects it. Michael Farley says, I'm left-handed and left-eye dominant, so there's no switching to the right for me. I legitimately have to concentrate to my shoulder my rifle on the right because it's so abnormal for me. I mean, they make left-hand... What?
Left-handed but right-eye dominant?
No, he's left-handed and left-eye dominant. So he's saying he has to shoot rifle left-handed.
Yeah, no, you should shoot left-handed. You should just use a right-handed gun to shoot left-handed.
Correct.
Besides a bolt gun. I agree with Cody on a bolt gun. But
no, I shoot a bolt gun too, a right-handed bolt gun.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you just reach underneath?
No, it's right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm so confused now. Oh, you just operate it with your right.
My hand's on the trigger. Yeah. So I'm just.
Yeah. Yeah. So you couldn't do it unsupported.
So Joe needs to start shooting a bolt gun, a left-handed bolt gun.
Yeah, no joke, dude. You're right. I'll put my eye out with that shell. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you would.
I'm just gonna tell everybody else to do it.
Croak says, I'm a big fan of ambi bolt catch release on my AR. Just makes life easier in so many situations.
Just tap the butt on the ground.
Sturgis's wife is a SGM. He says she's the SGM.
Sergeant Major.
Sergeant Major. I don't know this one. Fleisch Wolf Gaming. I haven't seen you comment before, so welcome. I love your logo. It's cool. He says PSA Jakl or URGI.
I don't know what a URGI is.
Anybody? URGI?
Remember, we're just regular people in our backyards playing.
That's what I figured. Java was going to have the answer to that one.
Yeah. No, I've heard of it, but I can't tell you what it is.
Hey, Croak, what's a URGI?
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie.
Another YouTuber says not hating, but you can.
Comes out.
I know. He says you can definitely switch eye dominance in way less time than folks think. I didn't know that.
Just buy one of those blinders to put in front of your left eye, then you can't.
There you go.
Nothing fancy does that.
Does he?
Just walking into crap all day long.
So he shoots right-handed, but he's left eye dominant, so you'll see him like pull his head over.
Yeah. Croak says, I like Walthers, own a few, but nothing left in the house that's 45 AARP.
Hey, I mean,
I have a couple.
I've never owned a Walther. I've stippled Walthers, but I've never owned one.
I've shot a
Well-
couple. The new PDP is not bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Croak's been telling me about the PDP Pro. I think it's
They
PDP
they
Pro.
give a really good military / law enforcement /
Yeah.
whatever first responder discount.
Maybe bad tech.
They're worth
Another
it.
YouTuber. It's nice as a lefty, right-handed on a bolt gun because you keep your trigger finger ready.
Yeah, as long as it's supported, I guess. I guess if you have a pistol and you have a pistol grip, if not too heavy, you can pull it into your shoulder.
Oh, dude, we're way late on the ad read.
It depends on the stroke.
Oh, dude.
It depends on the stroke too, because sometimes I have to pull my head back.
Yeah, with a long stroke.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, guys. I gotta do. Our sponsor tonight is Javelin. Javelin Concepts, maker of the AJAC. I muted these guys, so hopefully they don't try anything with me. One of the things I really like and I'm excited about is their the backpack attachment system that they have, so you can easily get access to your backpack when you're wearing your plate carrier. I think Javelin makes some really innovative stuff that is they're having a good time with it. That is fantastic for the
I knew you
user.
didn't mute us, dude.
Oh, I know. That was brutal. I
You
was
did
still
mute us?
even them muted. I was still like, what are they doing over there?
He didn't mute us, dude.
JavelinConcepts.com, discount code TLDCO.
Let's look at Josh's comment.
Where is it? All this stroke talk reminds me of the antimatter.
He said I should call him.
Gun edger. The gun
Yeah.
edger.
Dude, I'm still laughing at that. I can't. You let the cat out of the bag because Cody did something, and it sparked you to say, "Good thing I muted them."
Yeah,
Why would you ever think to say I muted them unless you could hear Cody? You got yourself on that one, dude. Like you hung yourself on that one.
076 Liberty Raid Shadow Legends?
Dude, they're gonna call it one day.
Dude, no. Why would they? Why would they pay us when we say their name every show? Why
Yeah,
would
but
they?
We have a whole character for them.
That's true. There's
It's an alligator.
There's a new game on
No,
Kickstarter.
Gundam.
There's a JRPG game, and if you are an investor of like $10,000, then you can help create a character for the game.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth 10 grand though.
No, I don't think
Heck
so.
no.
I mean, if you wanted to like remember your grandfather or something cool like that, then sure.
Wizard.
I
For
already
10
drank
grand,
to
I
it,
could
but I'll do
probably
it
get
again.
somebody to make my own game.
There you go, $10,000.
Or,
All right,
Or I could get franchise in a restaurant for 10 grand.
there you go, 10 grand. All right, so defense mechanisms, CQB class.
Yeah.
We haven't heard a lot from Walsh about this, Jawa, except that it was harder than he thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah.
Now, did you ever take a CQB class before this?
Nope.
Oh.
First time ever doing anything like it. First time shooting stim rounds and everything. It was intense.
Were you getting shot at with sim rounds?
Not in the part 1 course, but in the part 2 course they got in July, they add in role players. Yep.
Are you going to that?
I want to, but I can't. I got to go to Florida for work.
Dude, I want to punch you in your face right now.
They're doing more. I mean,
No,
I think,
like no joke. There have been anybody that been military, law enforcement, anything like that. 99% of training a joke, dude. Like, yes, you get something out of it, but then it's just messing around playing grab butt with your friends, right? There have been 2 things that I've walked out of going that was the best experience of my life, and I need more of that to make me more effective and to keep me alive. Being shot at with Sims and the Mystic Trainer.
Oh yeah, Mystic training was
Dude,
crazy.
those two things worth their weight in gold for training. Anyway, sorry, Jawa, go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's
You're
there was. It was like the first day there was a lot of information dump for sure. There was a lot of classroom time. So you're sitting in the classroom for like 6 hours, and I'm like, okay, let's go do a run in the house, and we're like, huh? So it's like you
Yeah.
get in there, you do the first movements, and then you're like, okay, what do you see? Hamster died on the wheel and fell off. Just brain fart. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, going from classroom to practical application is hard, man. It's hard. Doesn't
Mhm.
sound like it, but it is.
Yep.
Well, and then to be asked questions about something that you've never messed with before, like I don't know
Right.
what answer they want from me.
Yeah.
Right.
And like looking at it on, so I think about it with power tools, right? Like you can show somebody a picture of a power tool and say, this is how you hold it, this is what you do, blah, blah, blah. And then you put like a circular saw in somebody's hand that, you can hurt yourself with that. And the noise and the vibration and trying to cut and trying to, just do what you're taught to do what you're instructed to do is completely different than listening to somebody talk about it.
Well, and I think once you get to the point when you take a class where you're having role players that are shooting back at you, dude, like you will understand cover so much better. You start getting pegged because your knees
Mm-hmm.
man. There was
Yeah,
this
chicken
one,
winging.
And it
yeah, there was this one
hurts.
thing that we, the three of us, when we went to school, there was this obstacle. I'm not gonna. It's not an obstacle course, but like a course we had to go through, and we had sim rounds and
We called it
the,
the gladiator.
the gladiator. Okay, so the instructor had like a paintball gun, and you had
Yeah.
multiple stations. And do you guys remember there was one station where there was like a big log that you had to get behind, right?
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, I'm gonna be so clever. I'm gonna take there's like wood chips everywhere. I'm gonna take some wood chips. I'm gonna like throw them to distract them. Then I'm just gonna stand up from behind the log and because you had to get 2 rounds. Dude, I stood
yeah.
up and it was like kapow
Bye bye.
right in the eye, a paintball.
Oof.
I mean, I had my mask on, but like right in the goggles. Like that didn't work.
So I had gloves on, but I was like barricaded up on this thing, and the sim round hit me right in the knuckle. Boom!
Ooh.
I was like, okay, that hurt.
Yeah, that hurts. Dude, we were doing the flying while armed in
Uh-huh.
Clint, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
to tell everybody, we do flying while armed. The good guy get off the plane. All the other people are on the plane, and the instructor, like, you're a bad guy, and he might make 1 or 5 people bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, crap happened. I run to the front of the plane. I'm doing what I'm supposed to, and then the sleeper cell stands up and trying to rush me, and we're way too close, dude. So I draw back, and I'm like, safety kill, right? And he fall on the ground, and I'm going through my preamble or my amble, and it's done. It's over with. And Clint kind of like comes back alive and stabs me in the foot, and I just reach down, dude, 2 feet away from him and shoot him right in the tricep with a sim round. And the
Ow.
instructor was like, "That's what you get." It broke skin open, dude. It was
Oh yeah.
bad.
They
Yeah,
hurt.
dude, it hurts so bad.
Golly.
uh,
Um, yeah, so compared to other train because I've seen pictures of you Jawa out at the range. It seems like you're pretty active in the firearms world, pretty active shooter. But have you ever had not not official, I was thinking official, but actual like classroom training on firearm side, not CQB, but like any type of classroom related firearm training?
Not so much classroom. A lot of live fire stuff.
Okay.
Um, I've taken a bunch of rifle classes, pistol classes, concealed, non-concealed, in kit, not in kit, red dot classes. Just kind of really open your eyes when you take a first class. Is kind of like, I don't know as much as I thought I did. And especially with the CQB class where it was just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
There's
Fire hose.
Yeah.
from what I've, I have this much training, right? But there's two schools of thought, and one's be fast as hell, right? Where you're moving really fast through a building, and the other one is really slow and methodical. What was their kind of overarching concept?
Slow and methodical. Fast will get you killed.
Yep, I agree with it. I like, but there's certain situation, right? Like I forget which school it went, but we went to school where they had the video of the police officer going through the school, going toward the sound of fire, and then neutralizing the threat.
That was the Tennessee
Kentucky.
that transgender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
transgender
So
shooter.
if they didn't move as fast as they
Right, it all
did,
depends on the situation too. It's all
right,
situation.
right. It is. It's
But you got to
situational
remember that
dependent.
changed. Like before, they knew there was a shooter at the school, so the
Right.
initial body cam is them doing slow and methodical. They're going room
And
to
then they
room.
heard shots.
And they heard the shots, and then it was like, okay, we know where there's shots coming from. We're going to bypass all these typical danger zones, right? All these doors and
Yeah.
closets, and who knows what, because we know that there's a shooter up here.
Yeah.
Like, they might be
And
passing
like
threats.
old
They're gonna
school
go take
thought process might have been no, you don't go because there could, in training there could be another shooter. You know what I mean? But that's the risk that they took in order to go to press up. No,
One of the lines that they had at the class was, the fight that's happening now supersedes the fight that could be.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
like that.
if
I like that.
buddy's in a fight, that supersedes anything. Like if you have dead space in the room, you're not going to check that. You're going to help your buddy.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What
said-
were three? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just a comment. Croak said there's LEO clearing, and then there's combat clearing.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. What were your top three takeaway for you personally? Like what did you focus on? Like either you were surprised about, or you learned the most of this, or this is going to help you the most in the future, or however you want to put it. But the three like top takeaways.
The three top takeaways. The biggest one would be definitely how to identify a room and break it down into shapes. Because as soon as you do that, it kind of makes everything a lot easier. So there's that. Weapon manipulations. I've learned a few more, like a low carry position where it's more like this rather than just a low ready. Like I've never done that before, and that's like if you're moving to get in line with your buddy, you better hit that low carry instead of a low ready because you never know what that muscle is going to come across. So there's that. And then the third one is go slow. You can't go too fast, or you can't go too slow. You can go too fast, but not too slow.
Yeah, I mean, if you pie a corner right and you go slow and methodical, the person will never see you.
Yeah. Which is crazy
Will
when
never
you
see you.
And that's actually a really easy thing. I think, Joe, you talked about that's something you can practice in your home, right?
Yeah, put a camera up. Put a camera up inside a room, like just put your phone up and hit record inside your room facing towards a doorway, and walk out and pie the corner. And once you see the phone, right, say bang, and then come get your phone and watch it. You're not going to be able to see yourself. Like you might see the muzzle of the gun and maybe one eye, but especially if you're pieing like towards your dominant eye, but you should be switching anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, it's mind-boggling when you see actual pine corner off of cover, right? You're 3 feet off of cover, or as far as you can in a hallway.
Yeah, going back to that thing we talked about, what Cody referred to as a gladiator. The first stage, I think, was like some cylinder that we could stand behind, and so you look at people would hug that cylinder. You're talking you had like 2 or 3 feet of cover, but then you look behind it in the fence and you see all the paint markings to the left and to the right, and you have like 12 feet that you
10 feet, yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you come off of that cover, dude, it opened everything up. And you can see that too. Get a cup and get a flashlight and shine the flashlight at it, and then look at the light on the wall.
Mhm.
Like,
Derek Murphy.
yeah,
What's
it's
up,
cool.
boys?
What's up,
What
bud?
up?
Hey, so would you recommend a course like that, Java?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm going to put you on the spot because Jesse, we're going to have Jesse here next week from Defense Mechanisms. But
Yeah.
how were they as instructors?
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, cool.
They were professional about the whole thing. They made us feel safe the entire time, which is huge because they'll let us go. They let us go into the house to just practice for like 45 minutes at a time. Just me and Walsh going through doing whatever we just learned and practicing it. And we were flagging each other and everything, but everybody was. It was so safe. No one felt like it was. It felt like we had broomsticks, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And they did like a whole. Their safety protocol was top notch.
Good.
Good to hear that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you guys kitted up, or what were you wearing?
You could run everything you wanted. I was just running a battle belt because we only had one extra mag, so it wasn't like worth wearing everything else. Some guys were in full kit, helmet, kit, everything. So
Is that Walsh? When you say some guys, were you talking about Walsh?
no,
Yeah,
Walsh
yeah.
was just like me. He just had his t-shirt and battle belt on.
Really? I'm gonna give him so much crap for that. Thank you
We
for
were
that
just gonna run
tidbit of
chest
information.
rigs, and we were like, "There's no
Chest rigs? Really? Like stuff popping off in the house, and Walsh ain't gonna wear chest rig? That sounds like Walsh. That actually tracks.
You want to?
I don't
You
know.
want to know
Somebody
what he
might be
won't
shooting
do
at
if you
me.
go to
Let me
the
get my
second one?
chest rig.
There
What?
you go, Joe.
Yeah, if it's a sim round thing, he won't be wearing
Yeah.
a t-shirt.
right."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were
That
getting
is
shot
true.
at. Like I said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Croak says, guy in the window with a belt fed, you got to SWAT clear the building while he's ripping on folks outside. Situational. Slow gets people killed in that case. Yeah, I think
It
we're
does.
talking about like situational. You got to change it up. And
Yeah.
going back to that Tennessee shooting, I would say they were methodical until they knew where the shooter was at, and then they were fast.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
It is.
I don't know if you saw Joe. Harry's in the house. He threw some wizard
Dude.
comments up there.
Thanks, Harry.
The dude says, I would have trained in real world gear, kit and boxers.
Yeah. And socks. Who wears socks to bed? I don't know, but we're doing this.
Not me, weirdo.
I know. I don't wear socks to bed. That's weird. I darn near can't even sleep with my feet under the covers.
Well, that's cool, man. It's good to hear that you had a good time. From what I heard from Walsh, the class was great. The instructors I've heard good things about. So it's awesome to hear that you had a good time too. I don't think I've seen our favorite libertarian here. I'm sure he would have chimed in with comments about it as well.
He was here at the beginning.
Was he? Okay.
I think so.
Sorry, Nate.
I think he said hi to Java.
That was Prepper, I think.
Oh, that was Prepper. You're right. See? Zero memory.
Croak put a video in Discord. Tacticon armament, train as you fight. And it's the Tacticon guy, from what I can tell, he's shirtless right now. Derek Murphy, don't forget to slip on tactical sandals, boxers, NVGs, and a tomahawk. LOL. Michael Farley.
Dude, what's funny is last Wednesday into Thursday, right? So Thursday morning, super early in the morning, we have milk delivered to the house.
Yeah.
And my spouse was still up. My wife was still up. So she had the front and the back door open for a nice cool breeze to keep cooling off the house. Well, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and this person showed up to put the milk, and my dog barked. And it was a bark that, like, a warning bark, like, you know the difference in dog barks, right?
Yeah.
And it woke me up out of a dead sleep, dude. And I popped out of my bed, grabbed my gun, and I'm out in the hallway with my boxers, like, what's going on? So that milkman was like, I'm never going to that house again.
But he's like, I need a new route.
The dog almost ate my face, and then the owner was darn near naked with a gun.
Did you?
Like,
You didn't pop. You didn't open up the
left some
door, did
chocolate.
you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, it's
I
a
left some chocolate milk in my
glass door.
underwear.
Oh yeah.
He was standing right there. I came out of my room like I'm 3 feet from him.
Okay. So Croak just said, seriously, watch the video. I don't know if he
We
means to
can't
share
watch
it.
the video. We can't. We'll get a YouTube strike.
Yeah, probably.
We can't do it. Naked with Casey Jones. I didn't have the mask on, although that would have
No,
made
he
it
probably
way
had
better.
his beauty mask on, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I
One
had
that-
that sleeping mask.
Yeah. The hostage
Like, who
blindfold.
goes there? Identify yourself.
All right. Well, on
No,
to
dude,
our next.
I threw him a sign, and I was waiting for a countersign, and he didn't answer, so I
Yeah,
shot him.
flash.
He was probably like, milk.
No.
That's not
wrong. That was last week.
All right. We got 2A news, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's what you get for drinking milk.
So my 2A bit of news actually came from Jawa. Jawa, do you want to share what you shared with me?
That was the pistol brace getting thrown out.
Yes, dude. That's what I'm gonna say. It's not enjoined or not an injunction anymore, right?
Vacated.
Or it's not a. Yeah, it's not an injunction. It's
It's
vacated.
vacate, yeah.
It
So-
sounds like they already got an appeal lined up already. I think
I'm
it's
sure.
Right,
guess-
but the thing is, if the Fifth Circuit going to hear them all together, so now that two, right? We have an injunction going through one court, and we have a vacated going
Mhm.
through another court, and that's a district court, right? Both of them, I
Yeah.
think, were district courts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like 5 of them, dude, in the Fifth Circuit, so they're gonna put them all together before the Fifth Circuit hears arguments for them. But I think that's supposed to be in August.
Yeah, I think
Don't
it's
quote me on it. Yeah.
So this
August or
is I read your favorite libertarians. Oh, he's here. He says just made it to the live. Walsh looks different, and then he said, "Oh, hey, it's Jawa." Yeah, we were just talking about the defense mechanisms class.
Mm-hmm.
So Croak posted a couple pages of the judge's opinion about the vacate. I almost said
Yeah.
vacation, but then vacating
Vacation.
it. And
Yeah.
this is what, dude, I love this. He goes, "This is because," he quotes case law, and he says, "This is because vacator does nothing but reestablish the status quo that existed for decades prior to the final ruling going into effect last year, absent the unlawful agency action."
Yes.
And he refers to the ATF as like the unlawful, illegitimate
Yes.
agency action, the unlawful agency action. He does that.
Dang.
Yeah, it wasn't just based on policy and procedure, right?
Right.
Yes, that went the overall conclusion, but he also threw in there a couple things saying that they also went beyond their scope. So
Yeah.
it just wasn't the policy and procedures ruling. He also said that they went beyond their scope and aren't allowed to make law, pretty much. Right,
Yeah.
Java?
Yeah.
I love at the beginning. At this point, this is the background. He says, "At this point, the statutory and regulatory background is well known, and the court will not repeat it here." And then he cites the Mock v. Garland ruling.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes into just a one-page thing like an illegitimate agency action, the unlawful agency action.
Yeah. It
He
was
goes
good.
into
There's not
it.
going
It
to
was
be
good.
fallout. There should be fallout for them. They should.
So I'm not a lawyer, right? And you guys help me out here if I'm wrong. But this is important to me because here's the thing. With a stay on it, right? They can't enforce the law. Okay? They can't enforce it. But this is wiping it off of the table completely.
Well, the
Like
rule.
it is right. This is the ruling. Yeah, this is
Yes.
unconstitutional and will not be. It doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have two ruling. One saying, "Hey, you can't enforce this nationwide because it's unconstitutional. You can't enforce it." And then the other ruling saying, "We're wiping the out and we're going back to the status quo," like Jason just said. We're going back to the status quo, and this is now the law of the land.
Mhm.
And they did it nationwide. They didn't they didn't do this stupid crap where only if you're a plaintiff.
Right.
So
Well, so 076 says, does that roll back all the other BS rules? So we're only talking about the pistol brace rule right now, and that's one of the things that the judges talks about, because they were talking about like, should this only apply to the plaintiffs? And he says, applying the vacator of the final rule to only the plaintiffs is more akin to an injunction that would prohibit defendants from enforcing its unlawful final rule against only certain individuals. And so I take that to mean that no, like, this
no,
isn't just for the people that on this specific lawsuit. This is across the board for everybody. The pistol. Now, this isn't the final. This is probably going to get appealed. Who knows what the Fifth Circuit's going to say? Who knows if the Supreme Court's going to take it up? But it's not over yet. But as it stands
no,
right now, per this judge's statement, this ruling is that it's vacated
it doesn't
for
exist.
everybody.
It
Yeah,
doesn't exist anymore.
this rule does not exist. So
Right.
pistol braces, as of right now, good to go.
So it there's no way that you can apply that only to a certain group of people because the rule doesn't exist anymore. The
Right.
rule itself went deemed unconstitutional and it vacated. Like, that's a big deal. I'm
The dude
excited,
says
dude. I'm
all those
excited.
people made SBRs for no reason now.
Yeah, I'm hoping this continues because I think that they open up a door that they open up Pandora's box, in my opinion. Hopefully, crossing my finger, they open up Pandora's box, and I hope not only does this continue, but it gets taken to the next level. And the judge kind of talks about that, or the not the judge, FPC is trying to argue that in this. I forget the actual verbiage, but I really want them to take them further and say SBRs are having to register SBRs are unconstitutional.
I think this is the first time that I've been hopeful about that. I'm especially in the state that I live in. It's not as bad. Maybe it is as bad as Java is now, but Washington is just, it's not very friendly. And so seeing a ruling like this kind of gives me a little bit of hope that we're going to see there's some light at the end of the tunnel, maybe. But I don't know. Time's going to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Harry commented, "Is it just a coincidence that the flag in back of Jawas is precisely placed as not to get a strike?"
I don't know. It's
There's
this big on my screen.
Yeah, just you can only see a UCK.
Oh, nice.
Can't see the first letter.
Nice.
Firearm policy flag.
Yeah, Croak says, "Would be nice to have the Supremes take a hard look at the NFA and the GCA."
Rogue, I'm with you. You're a man after my own heart.
What's the GCA? I know NFA, National Firearms Act. GCA is what?
I don't know GCA, but I just saw NFA. GCA.
Hey, Croak.
I'm having a brain fart. I've heard of it. I've heard it.
It's the Gun Control Act. Is that all it is?
That's what it is. Gun Control Act.
1968 Gun Control Act, he says.
Yeah.
076 says, they have been using rules like laws for years. If it applies to one rule, it should apply to all of them. Oh, I like that. Josh. Global Cuck Association. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's a bit of good news on the Second Amendment front. There have been a couple things that Washington gun law has put out that don't seem to be that favorable. We talked about the legal challenges that Mexico is bringing against firearm manufacturers.
We talked
I
about
think,
that last week.
yeah, we talked about that one last week. But I don't know.
Dude,
is there
I took a
anything-
screenshot. It was Guns and Gadget that I watched. It was a live video.
Oh yeah, that's one
About that
always sent
brace.
to me.
But how you can see like comments and it kind of scrolling through or whatever. One of the comments was, I can't wait until Arm Scholar makes 20
that.
useless videos on there."
It was like the number one comment.
That's funny.
Dude, I was dying. I took a screenshot just so I could share it with my friends. I was dying on that.
I'm sure he's a nice
Crook
guy,
says-
but man, his video names are horrible.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Crook says GCA brought us mandatory serial numbers, no sales by mail, lots of other fun stuff. Yeah, it's funny because talking to people who say, "Oh, it's so much easier to get a gun now than it was, 50 years ago," and I'm like, my dad told me that he, as like a 12-year-old, ordered a gun from the J.C. Penney's catalog, and like picked it up at the hometown J.C. Penney, like walked in and was like, "My name's so and so," and they're like, "Here's your gun," right? Like a J.C. Penney's. Here's your Ruger 1022, wherever it was that he
Hey.
bought.
It depends on how you look at it. Because availability, I would agree with you. I'd agree with you, dude. It's a great time to be alive for gun owners. Dude, there's so much cool stuff out there, right? Everybody cranking stuff off the... Like,
Sure.
you can... I mean, go to any gun store. Look how many guns are in that gun store. This wasn't even like this 15 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Like, all the
there's a
different
difference
types of
between-
guns and...
There's a
How many
difference between
different
like
blocks there are now?
innovation. What was that, Jawa?
Think how many different Glocks there are now.
Yeah,
Right,
I know.
availability, dude. Like, I can go to my local gun store and darn near buy anything that I want.
Yeah, I think my
Availability,
point
I
was-
agree. The availability is a lot higher, but actually to purchase it, no,
Yeah.
it's not easier. Come on now.
Well,
But
it's funny 'cause-
don't have the same people saying it like that idiot reporter that I'm like, it's so easy to get a gun. I'll show you how easy it is, and he go in and get denied.
Yeah. Well, the people are like, I wish women are like, I wish my body was treated the same way that guns are treated. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you want to be like heavily regulated and you need a permit
Yeah.
to use and walk around in public.
Well, that's just ignorance talking, dude. They've never bought a gun. They don't know.
No, they don't.
But gun ownership, dude, gun ownership on the rise. Like, there's so many more people getting concealed carry permits and going through classes and going through school and watching YouTube videos and doing everything else, dude. I think it's an awesome time.
Yeah.
Be like,
It's
I
an
need you
awesome
to
time.
I need you to put a lock on that when it's not in use.
Yeah. Piss off.
Michael Farley says Uvalde people trying to sue UPS and FedEx for shipping guns.
My
Yeah.
gun, my choice. I'm gonna patent that. That needs to go on a t-shirt, Cody.
My gun, my choice.
Yeah, you need to lock that up. My gun, my choice. You need to wear a chastity belt.
No, thank you.
I gotta laugh at Jawa. I'll take it.
Excuse
Trying
me.
to sue.
Maurice Barlow says, no, it was easier than my grandfather was a lifelong member of the NRA one day and guns on demand back in the day. I don't know what you're trying to say, Maurice. Sorry. Oh, it was easier back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you seen the movie Highwaymen?
No.
Yep. That's good.
Okay, so who's in that? Kevin Costner?
Derek
Right?
Murphy
Yep.
says, wizard for that, my dude. My gun, my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
to that. He just goes to that general
Mhm.
store and buys all that stuff.
Yeah, and he buys like, I mean, it's not even a lot, dude. I'm
like
I'm
7
sitting there.
Thompsons.
Yeah, he buys a bunch of ammo and he might buy like 10 guns. I don't even know what he buys, But he ramble off all the stuff, and the gun owner like, okay, which one of those do you want? And he's like, I want all of them.
Yeah.
And he has this dumbfounded look, and that's how I equate this, right? Like back in the day, people only bought one gun, like for the most part, they're one gun in a household or whatever. So it was way easier to go out and purchase it and get your hands on it, right? But the availability of them was a lot less. But now that's common. That's just a normal everyday trip to the gun store. Like, yeah,
In the
I mean, I
in the
try to
highway,
stack them up, right? Like I try to. Oh, I got one gun going to my FFL. Well, I might as well get 2 more going because then I'll get 3 gun and only have to pay for 1 background check. That's my mentality, dude. I swear to God, that's my mentality. I don't care if you have to report it to local sheriff. I don't care. Report it. Did you guys know that's a thing?
The multi-gun purchases, yeah.
In
Yeah,
Colorado?
handgun? No.
Everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that.
I think everywhere. Correct me in the comment, but it's handguns specifically. But if you buy 2 or more handguns at the same time, they have to report it. Your FFL has to report it, but they don't never tell anybody. They're not required to tell anybody, but they have to report you to the local law enforcement.
Wonder if that's an issue, like if you buy one day and buy one the next day.
No,
No, that's 2 separate transactions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care. I live in a gun sanctuary county, so I don't care. Like, report me. I don't care.
Yeah,
That's
Croak
nice.
says not in Florida. Your favorite libertarian, Joe. I was thinking of the same exact highwayman scene. That's how the gun buying experience in America should be.
Yeah, it should be. I agree.
12
I agree.
If you purchase 5 or more in 7 days, they have to report it.
That's new, and I haven't heard that. So maybe it is state by state.
Derek Murphy, that's how it is here in Cali. They report you if you buy 2 or 3 at the same time. It could be different now. I'm not sure if the 1 gun in 30 days went through.
Oh God.
they probably report you in California if you think about buying a gun.
I don't understand how idiots think that. So you already have a gun, right? But we're not going to let you buy a second gun within 30 days. Because you might do something bad with the second gun. If I'm going to do something bad, I would do it with the first gun. That's why the 3-day waiting.
That's an arsenal.
Yeah, true. But the 3-day waiting period for Colorado, right, in different states, but I live in Colorado, I think is so ridiculous. So part of me wants to say that if I already have 1 gun, then I don't have to do the 3-day wait, right? Yeah. But I don't want them knowing. I don't want to have to prove that I already have 1 gun.
Yeah.
So I think it should be based off of your concealed carry. If you have concealed carry, then you don't have to do the wait.
Croak says, in my county, if you buy more than 2 guns at one time, you get a Publix coupon and a free Busch Gardens tickets.
I'm moving with Croak. Croak, prepare for a roommate while we have a house built.
Derek Murphy says, bro, we get reported for farting here.
What state is that? You got to put your
California.
state.
He's in California.
Oh, yeah.
That's pollution for you.
Nah, not anymore. They're more worried about cow farts.
Your favorite libertarian, full auto Tommy gun, cash, no background check, no ID, the glory days.
Yep. Back in the good old days.
I'd like to know what some little general store in the backwoods of Louisiana had a Tommy gun for.
Dude, he had a lot more than just a Tommy gun.
He had a BAR.
And all that ammunition.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that, Jason?
Yeah,
I thought you.
I've never seen that movie though. I've seen the scene, like a clip.
But you've never seen the movie?
Mm-mm.
I thought you got off your high horse and let loose the $20 a month for Netflix.
I do have Netflix. It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, dude.
I tell you what, I've been hooked on the Equalizer TV show. It's pretty good. It's not as good as
I didn't watch that.
But it's good.
Okay.
Tulsa
Dude,
with Sylvester Stallone. Oh,
yeah.
It's so
you
good.
just found that one?
I just found it, yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for a show that came out 3 or 4 years ago, I got a whole list. I'll hook you up after the show.
Yeah, so
you know what's good on Netflix?
What's that?
What?
The Gentleman.
I haven't started that. I'm trying to wait. Is it good? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start watching that one.
Yeah, I
BAR just at 30/6, true.
Paramount Plus was free for 6 months for me.
Oh, nice.
As a Mint Mobile member, so.
Did you watch Halo?
No, not yet. That's next on the list.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's the best show on Paramount.
Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Croak says Gentleman is good.
Yep.
Okay. Dude, there's something else with 2A News. I had it written down, and Jawa stole my main thunder, but there was a backup plan.
Was it?
Yeah.
It had to have been something that Washington gun law did, right?
I don't know. No, I think it was something that the armed attorney did.
I think there's a couple big things today.
Oh, that was the YouTube stuff. The video that you sent us?
Yeah, no, that wasn't it though.
Okay.
There was something that they were talking about the armed attorney for, and it was good.
Laminate.
He engaged in the business role, got enjoined too.
Oh yeah, thank you,
Oh.
Java. Damn it.
The only reason
I don't
know
know.
is I
I'm
went to
still
gun
mad at you because you stole
channel.
my thunder, but now I'm happy with you because you brought that up. But it's stealing my thunder again. But go ahead. Go ahead.
That's all I got. I don't know any more than that. I didn't watch the video.
I mean, that's enough. That just shows. Yeah.
What was it again?
The engaged in the business of. So what they're trying to say, if you really dive into it, because it's so convoluted and it's so not arbitrary, capricious. What is it? Vague. Nobody know what it actually says, Cody. But pretty much, if you sell a gun, you need an FFL in order to sell it.
That was the interpretation of the rule, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, like in Colorado, it's hard, dude. In Colorado, we have to, even private party sale, we have to go through an FFL. So, does it apply to us? Like, there's so many questions, but yeah, that got enjoined. But Jawa, who's it enjoined to? I think it only enjoined to the name plaintiffs again.
That could be.
Boo.
Yeah.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
like, who do they think? They think criminals are going to follow that? Like, that's what I don't ever understand. It's like, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, but
It's only
why
gonna
would
affect
they even
law-abiding
put
citizens.
that? Like, you just made it to where now everybody can apply for an FFL because I might one day want to sell my gun. You know what I mean? You just slit your own throat because the rule about FFL, you have to be applying for an FFL in order to generate a profit and blah 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 and blah blah blah, right? So you just slit your own throat. All you had to do is say it has to all transfer from one person to another have to go through an FFL and have a background check. That's all you had to do, but you guys screwed it all up, and I'm glad because you just hung yourself. So.
Well, unless they take a page out of New York's book and they like mandate you got to have like so much video security footage for 3 years kept on file, and it's
yeah,
pretty
dude.
much the household FFL now. You can't do it if you have if you just wanted to have an FFL to have one, you can't do it in New York anymore.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, and one of the there's some dude. You're gonna have to look it up. It was on the armed attorneys, right? They're talking about, I think in Georgia, I don't know, but it's the whole training part of the rule, and somebody was trying to change a certain amount of land, rezone it for a firing range. I don't know where. But they were trying to do a 1,000-yard range, and they got shot down. And then it went up to the circuit courts, and then it got filed back down, and then back up. Like that case has been going on since like 2017 or some crap like that. I'm like, holy cow, way to waste people's time. And then the circuit or whoever, the circuit court. They ruled in favor of the city because it wasn't a Second Amendment issue, a zoning issue. So pretty much what they're saying, and now people are just going to use a loophole to get around the Second Amendment issue by saying a zoning issue, not a Second Amendment issue. Yeah. They're not saying they can't have an indoor training or an indoor range to do training. They're saying that they can't have a 1,000-yard range because of zoning.
This is interesting. Croak says they don't care about the criminal element. They want to chill gun sales across the board. They can co-opt the gangs eventually. They can't co-opt an armed populace as easy. Tinfoil time or true?
I agree. Croak with the logic.
Your favorite libertarian. That rule would greenlight warrantless searches and more licensing money for the ATF. It's always about money and control with them. It's true. Very true. Well,
Yeah.
we're coming up on the close of our episode tonight.
One last thing. Did you see? I won't mention any names. I don't want to get political, but made another comment like the third time about if you want to go up against the government, you need F-15s.
Oh,
Made that comment and that stance again, right? And that reminded me of the turtles and the cattle,
mm-hmm.
about how armed citizens held off the government without F-15s, and won that particular standoff.
Yep.
Sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
No, Croak said, Joe, did you see AAC is about to release Grendel ammo?
Mm-mm.
Ooh, that is gonna be nice. I gotta finish my.
What about Beowulf ammo? That's hard.
No, that is hard to come by. Oh, 076 ended with some Wizard Gondolphin.
Thanks, Betty.
All right.
That's just so everybody can finish their drink. That was smart. Croak, I didn't see
I
that,
already
but
have the key.
yeah, I only need a muzzle device and I'm in.
F-15 pilots have homes and families to go back to. There's only so much the military can be asked to do.
I agree with the dude. I don't think they'll go up against the person. I want military. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
isn't there like some sort of
But guess
law
what?
saying
There's
you can't deploy the military against the populace?
yeah, unless
why
they
you have
declare
that.
martial law. Yeah, and called posse comitatus.
That's it.
yep.
Look at this drop. Oh, do you speak Latin? All right, let's go around the room. What do we got cooking up? Java, we're going to see you next week, I think.
Yep.
Right? And
I'll be
Walsh
back.
is back, unfortunately.
How are we gonna fit all these people up in here?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure yet.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. I totally screwed the pooch, guys. I was supposed to be working on an attack pack
Right.
video that was going to be out tomorrow. I totally forgot about it. So the attack pack belt video is going to be out next week. Oh, I didn't even talk about my my podcast with Josiah and Justin from PSA. So that
didn't.
That
But
came out this past Tuesday.
I still haven't watched that. So let's put a pin in that and talk about it next week.
Well, and then next week, the podcast with Tim
Damn
from
it.
Defense Mechanisms will be coming out next
Did
Tuesday.
You slow down? Keep up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to slow it down after that, Joe.
I'm glad you're getting a bunch of guests. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I'm just joking with you. Now I feel bad. It was supposed to be a
Quit being
joke.
jerk.
I took it. I didn't take offense to it. So yeah,
Cody did.
Josiah and Justin with PSA came out this past Tuesday. Tim with Defense Mechanisms will be out next Tuesday, and then I'm going to try to do, instead of every week, I'm going to try to do every other week. Croak says I'll be here next week, but we'll miss the week after. We'll be at GunCon. That'll be fun.
Yay!
I forwarded you that email, Croak. All the information about GunCon. Cool. All right. Anything else before we close up shop?
If you ever wondered if a switchblade would punch through a can, it will. Barely, but it will.
Barely.
Mm-hmm.
I've
always wondered.
I gotta pay.
Okay. Adios, guys. We appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you next Thursday.